Hi, my name is James Ward, and today I will compare and contrast rote learning versus meaningful learning for you. In a nutshell, rote learning is about memorization based on repetition. For example, in learning the definition of a new word, if you see or write the definition over and over and study it over and over, you will eventually learn the word and its definition because you have seen it so much, hence the repetition. Our text gives us the examples of multiplication tables, such as when flashcards are used, and the chemical symbols in the periodic chart of elements as methods of rote learning. There are times that rote learning is used for short-term knowledge as well, such as when the actors learn their lines for a play. Meaningful learning is quite different. This is sometimes referred to as the Ausubel theory in reference to David Ausubel, who advanced a theory that contrasted meaningful learning from rote learning. In his view, students had to relate knowledge, concepts, and propositions to what they already knew. An article I found on targetstudy.com summed up meaningful learning best, in my opinion. It stated, "When learned meaningfully, the learned knowledge is fully understood by the individual, and he also knows well how that specific fact relates to other stored facts in his brain." Our text uses the examples of silver being an excellent conductor of electricity and points out that this is a fact that is not arbitrary. That is, it cannot be changed. Conversely, the aforementioned periodic chart of elements is arbitrary because the symbol for gold, for example, which is the letters A and U, could easily have been the letters G and O or the letters G and D. When rote learning is utilized, a person remembers the information exactly as it is presented. Examples of this include flashcards, phone numbers, dates, and names. The information doesn't change no matter how the information is presented. When a child begins learning the letters of the alphabet, rote learning is used often as a way to do this. The child sees the letter A, for example, and as he continues to see the letter, he will develop the understanding that the shape of the letter is in fact A. It will not change. Rote learning is a good tool in aiding to develop the foundation of knowledge. There can be several drawbacks to rote learning though. The information is repetitive, which makes it easy to lose focus. It doesn't allow for a deeper understanding of the subject, plus there's no connection between new and previously learned knowledge. Perhaps most importantly is that in many cases, rote learning is only temporary. Meaningful learning, however, stays with students for life. It involves understanding how all the pieces of an entire concept fit together. When it comes to learning, there are two important goals: retention and transfer. The advantage of meaningful learning over rote learning is that there is understanding, not simply memorization. It involves taking new information and relating it to knowledge that you already have. Because meaningful learning involves a recognition of the links between concepts, it has the privilege of being transferred to your long-term memory. Meaningful learning teaches students cognitive skills they will use throughout their life. Cognitive skills are what students use to evaluate, analyze, remember, and make comparisons. Typically, students who learn with meaningful learning are able to problem solve better than those who learn by rote learning. In the long run, meaningful learning is a very effective way for students to engage in learning. Meaningful learning has drawbacks too though. It takes longer to achieve, and many times it has to be tailored for different types of learners. This can present a major hurdle in the learning process if the class is has a very diverse set of learning types. In summary, both types of learning should be taught. Rote learning may be appropriate for younger children who are just beginning to learn school subjects, or basic things such as the alphabet, letter sounds, and numbers. As the child grows though, their knowledge base needs to grow as well. While rote can still be utilized in certain areas and at certain times, meaningful learning needs to start taking place. This will allow the child to expand on the information that they did retain from rote learning and apply the process of meaningful learning to it so as to expand their own knowledge base. Thank you for your time today.